On November 6th, we have an opportunity.
Hey, Kevin Bacon. Hey, I can do a laptop camera video too so that I can look normal. What do you mean I'm already normal? Yeah, I know I'm normal, but I'm not like Kevin Bacon trying to be normal.
To elect
candidates who will actually do something about our country's gun violence crisis.
Crisis? You mean the sort of crisis where less than 0.012% of Americans happen to become victims of gun violence? Or how this gun violence is slightly less this year than it was last year and significantly less than it was 25 years ago? Or how more lives are defended with guns than are taken with guns? And how over 99.7% of us gun owners don't do the sorts of things that you're trying to raise alarms about? I'm not really feeling this crisis.
GunSense candidates who will support common sense gun safety laws.
Nice sounding catchwords, ma'am, but what do you mean by that? And do you have to rely on elected officials to exercise common sense gun safety yourself?
Candidates who will offer more than thoughts and prayers.
Well, you see, I can do more than that already, and I don't need a GunSense candidate to help me with any of that. I own guns safely. I shoot guns safely. I usually have one around me in case, on the outside chance, I need to deal with a violent confrontation, and I educate myself about gun issues, gun laws, and so on, and I seek out training to help me with all of the above. Somehow, I don't think that GunSense really aims to help me with any of that.
And most importantly, people that aren't bought and paid for by the NRA.
But you're appearing in a video that is paid for by Mike Bloomberg, pimping candidates that are bought by Mike Bloomberg in dollar amounts greater than what the NRA is shelling out for their candidates. Hypocrisy much?
We have to show up to the polls to actually make that happen.
I agree.
So we've got to get out and vote for them.
Without encouraging us to do research on our own, just running on the opinions of professional pretenders and entertainers. Doesn't sound very commonsensical to me.
So what's your plan for voting? How you gonna get there?
I'm going to drive a quarter mile from my place of work to my district's polling place.
Come hell or high water, you gotta get there.
Oh, and I'm going to bring ID with me so the poll worker can verify that it is me who's voting and not someone else.
Personally, I like to vote in my underwear.
Whoa, now too much information. Now, don't get me wrong, I like women of color, but damn, I did not need to know that. As for me, I'm planning on going to the polling place dressed in my work clothes with the addition of the defensive hardware that I usually carry with me at work. Because here in the state of Alaska, you can do that. Exercise your First and your Second Amendment rights at the same time.
The other thing is, have you done research?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Have you looked up your GunSense candidates yet?
Yeah, but I'm not going to vote for them. You see, I've had enough dealings with so-called GunSense types to know that they do not like honest civil dialogue when it comes to gun issues. And they tend to be both too ignorant about and too hostile against gun culture for me to have any level of confidence about entrusting them with my civil rights.
These are a lot of questions, but it couldn't be easier to find the answers.
So your idea of research is herding people to a single propaganda outlet run by an advocacy organization with an obvious agenda, and is also notorious for supporting its narratives with bad data? This is more proof that gun control relies on the unthinking for its support, and this is why you guys lose debates and lose elections. The midterms are coming up next week, and if you haven't voted already, remember to do so. Now, I'm going to leave however you choose to vote up to you, but in this first episode of Here's What's Missing's 4th season, I'm going to leave you with this thought. A vote for gun control is a vote for more government control over people's lives, and I personally prefer that people be left with the liberty to exercise their civil rights and their attendant responsibilities. And I prefer to preserve the viability of the Second Amendment so that Americans can be empowered to continue to contribute to the benefits that this right confers upon our society. And with that, I'll see you guys next week.